i-response kahit sa microphone na yan. Okay? Unang-una, masakit na ang tenga ko. Lagi na lang pagpasok ng isang pasyente, sasabihin sa'yo, masama sa katawan ang x-ray. Diba? Anong sasagot mo ngayon? Sa bulsa, oo. Okay? Okay, ang una mong isasagot ay hindi po. As a layman person, would I believe that since alam ko ang radiation daw ay ikaw nagsabi nun, nakakabaho. Okay? Not me. Okay? Yun yung nandun sa isipan ng bawat isa. Na sinasabi na masama ang x-ray, di ba? Okay? Ang sasagutin mo naman ay, definitely, yes. Huwag kang magsinungaling. Sabihin mo, tama. Di ba? Pero ano yung dadagdag mo doon sa part na yun? Maintindihan niya kaya yung Alara principle. Malay niya doon. Okay? I will be applying Alara principle to you because it will be basically justified because the benefit is greater than the risk. Sige nga, may papaliwanag. Di, anong gagawin ng pasyente sa member of the public? Dinakamang lang yan. Okay? Pero wag niyo naman sasabihin yung aking opinion. Ito yung opinion ko. Alam mo ba, nakakasama talaga ang radiation. Okay? In a long period of time, siyempre, sabi mo, di ba, mayroon at mayroon yung mataas yung level of exposure. Pero iingatan kita. Ay, parang ganun, diba? Pababaan, hindi yung pressure, kundi yung radiation level na matatanggap. Pangatlong sinasabi ko, alam mo ba, yung epekto nito, pwedeng mangyari sa iba't ibang taon pa, pero makaka-recover ka naman yan eh. Pero pag hindi ka nag-x-ray ngayon, bukas makalawa, patay ka na. Hindi ba maganda sana? Pero hindi ko po sinasabi yun. It's just a principle wherein you have to basically say kung paano natin sasabihin in a layman term kung bakit masama sa katawan ang itong radiation na ito. Okay? Ito pa. Sige, sagutin nyo to. Masakit na rin tayo ako dito eh. Ilang beses lang pwede magpa-chest x-ray sa isang taon? Sinagot ko ito, may sumagot dito, sabi ng isa, 3 beses. Patay, may cancer ako. Nagpa-CT scan ako eh. Ilang slices yung tumama sa akin. Diba? Yun yung part na yan. So, ilang beses? O sige, sino makasagot? Ilang beses? Unlimited po to, parang chicken inasal. Okay? As long as, again, going back, the benefit is greater than the risk in applying the Alara principle of justification and optimization. At pag hindi ka nagpa-extra ngayon, bukas ay
patay ka na.
Ayan, gusto ko participation. Bukas, patay ka na. Okay, yan. Nasagot na. Okay, pangatlo. Okay? Nakaka-staring ba ng tao ang x-ray? Diba? Nasabihin ko naman, well and good. Well and good. Okay, nakaka-staring ba? Well, of course, diagnostic right now, hindi naman talaga. Okay, going back to that principle. Meron tayong tinatawag na temporary sterility, which is conducted from interventional at saka radiotherapy. But in the diagnostic level, hindi po. Wala akong katotohanan yan. Kaya anak niyo po yan. Anak niyo. Ako yun po yan. Sa inyo po yan. Okay? Number 4, mapanganib sa kalusugan namin yung x-ray. Di ba, kayo, ang humahawak sa pasyente, bakit kami? Sino nagsasabi ito? Kadalasan yung, yan, okay, mga tenta, di kaya sino man. Kasi, trabaho nyo yun, bakit di nyo hawakan? Diba? Now remember, radiation safety within the IBSS says that wala pong ibang hahawak sa pasyente at huwag din kayo mga empathetic, sympathetic kayo. Huwag nyo pong hahawakan because it will just add up within your occupational exposure. But, syempre, sabihan mo naman someone who will be comforting the patient or evident that they will be properly protected by an apron, okay, with shield, leg gloves, and so forth. Okay? Dapat naman, kahit sabihin natin wala siyang kalam-alam tungkol dyan, may hawakan mo natin. Di ba? Parang may ganun. Pero kadalasan itong away na to, so with the staff, no? Never ever, they never ever place yourself again within that level. Alam niyo ba, na mas mataas ang absorb dose niyo pag kayo pa'y mga hawak. The comforter has greater absorbed dose than the patient itself. Why? Because of scattered radiation. Okay? So, kaya nga dapat meron siya ng safety patents na tawag. Okay? Relate na relate. Okay, eto, alam natin ang Pilipino ay umakwa ng family ties. Tanong ngayon dyan, pwede ba samahan ko ang pasyente sa loob ng x-ray room? Pwede mo pag bibilihan ka kasama. Pwede, pwede. But now, in the new regulations that we have, of course, if it is written, it will exist. Okay? Pero dapat yun talaga, wala. Okay, wala. Specifically, mamaya, sasabihin ko yung area na kung pwede, hindi sila dapat nandoon. Yung mga member of the public. Okay? Yes or no lang yung sagot dyan, but later on masasagot ng areas natin. Okay? Relate sila. Baguhin nyo ulit yung inyong i-metis nyo yung inyong mga bagong manual, no? Pero is-identify nyo po itong mga to. Okay? Mayroon tayong tatlong areas na kailangan nyo i-identify sa inyong mga facilities. These are considered to be your controlled areas. You have your supervised areas, at meron kayong hubaran, which is the public area. Okay, public area ang tawag dyan. Okay? A controlled area is where actual irradiation of patient is actually occurred. Okay? When you talk about the supervised area, it might be a part of the controlled area, but it is where the operators, or what we call the radiation worker, actually would stay during what we call a radiological exposure. In the public area, are areas within your facility that would assure that no member of the public actually absorbs any of that radiation coming from those areas. Okay? So kung titignan nyo, yun na nga yung distinguishing conditions natin tungkol sa mga areas na to. Now, to further give you an idea, mag-cite ako ng example. So kagaya nito, this is considered a radiation facility. Okay? The radiation facility comprises of what we call a X-ray room, control room, and neighboring areas. Okay? So paano ngayon ko i-consider yan? What is now the consideration? Una, ang tawag natin sa area where actual exposure is conducted, ang tawag mo doon ay, okay, controlled area. So the exposure room, X-ray room, ang bagong tawag nyo po ay controlled area. So this area is properly shielded from radiation. So ang pwede mong pang-shield dyan ay pwede LED, 1.5 mm LED equivalence. So, pag sinabing equivalence, kahit anong material, basta equivalent to 1.5 mm LED, at a height of 2 meters from the floor up. Pero pag sitting may tao sa taas, at hindi mo kaaway, kaibigan mo, lagyan mo ng LED. Pero kung kaaway mo, huwag mo nang lagyan ng LED. Okay? Sure, it's just a joke, okay? So, 2 meters po yung height niya. Now, anong pwede mong i-replace? So, you could actually utilize board concrete. 6 inches board concrete, the height of 2 meters, with specific gravity of 2.63. Okay? Meron po yung, sabi ko ba, hollow blocks pwede? Pwede, hollow blocks. Pero, properly packed. So, 4 na hollow blocks. Mga 20 cm yan, pero properly packed yung gitna, hindi yung arawan. Basta dahil nilagyan yung hollow portion. Okay? With a specific gravity again of 2.53. Now, yung lead na sinabi mo kanina, okay? O pwede yun. May specific gravity rin yun, 11.63 grams per cubic centimeter. So, these are, so pwede ba maglagay ng bintana after nun? Yes. Okay? Pwede. Kung meron na ako hindi ako assured sa aking shifting, pwede ko pang lagyan ng LED? Yes. Di ba? Kung pwede naman, if you could consider those part of what we call the controlled area. Okay, next. Maliwanag tayo, ang tawag doon is the controlled area. So, if we have safety assessment in hand, anong dapat ngayon na formulate natin sa isang controlled area? Yun yung kaninang sinasabi kong may guidelines ka. The guidelines would say, or requirements would say, that this room is intended for exposure to the patient at ito lang. Dapat na magkagawang mga activity within the control room. We also, nakikita nyo that ang mga safety dito nakalagay, do not enter with the red light zone. What we call at eye level. Okay? Okay, and yung isa pa na safety, maliban doon, mayroong isa pang notification. If you are
pregnant.
Okay, and you think that you are
Pregnant.
okay, mga anak kahit 9 months, sabihin niya. Okay, pero alam niyo ba na yung Tentero din na masyado din yan. Ito, new IDSS, ano po si Tentero okay, halos. Para alam niyo ba ang pinaka-sensitive, kailan ang pinaka-sensitive period na dapat hindi talaga magkakaroon ng exposure?
First to 3.
Yung magsabi, first trimester, okay?
First
So,
trimester.
ang babasahin na ito, ang ibig sabihin nito, from the start na nag-do. Okay? Kaya nakakayang tanongin eh. Pagdating ng isang pasyente, ma'am, may tatanungin po ako. Okay po kayo kagabi? Parang masama yun sa amin. Parang, nakakagabi. Ganun. Ang hirap tanongin, ano? Siyempre, yun daw yung sa oras na. Sorry. Okay. Next is yung supervised room. So, yung control console nyo, supervised na po yun. Hindi porque wala siya sa control room, ay wala ka ng exposure. Meron kayong exposure. Kaya yung tanong kanina, kung pwede akong sumama dyan, that will depend on your supervised areas. Kung wala naman talaga matatanggap ng exposure, a member of the public, then you could actually allow them to be with you. Yung kanilang mga relatives. Okay, maybe be part of yung tinatawag ng supervised areas. Now,
Kasi pala pag yung mga nagsisiti scan. Yung mga nagsisiti scan.
After,
alam niyo ba?
lalabas sila.
Okay, alam niyo
Punta
ba?
sila sa public area.
Sino yung may mga facility ito na ang kanyang waiting area halos katabi na ng pintuan at gilid ng isang control area? I to check. Okay? When we, the FDA, will to visit, itong gawin natin. Magme-measure po tayo ng tinatawag nilang scatter within, outside this controlled area. Pag-measurein natin sila dito, dito, dito. At a distance of at least 1 meter from that wall. Okay? 1 meter. Ngayon, let's say, in that measurement, after the 1 meter, wala ka na, may nagtatanggap ka pa rin. Okay? You could actually extend the measurement. Okay? So, pwede natin establish yung mga supervised area kasi mayroon ka pang measure na scatter radiation niya. Now, sabi ko nga, mas higher sa scatter radiation
In between 45 to 90.
they will just be absorbed by the person. Hindi kagaya kanina sa primary, sa mga pasyente that they will just pass through. Ito, scatter radiation are being absorbed in the surface material. So, a supervised area is placed. Pwede ba ako maglagay ng demarcation line? Yes. Tapos may notification doon. Okay, na supervised area ito. Okay? Yung area yan. It's a supervised area. Stepping bawal. Okay, meron din ang during a procedure. Now, outside outside the supervised area, pwede ka na maglagay nito. Dito na lang ang mga public area.
Kaya wala na yung
Pwede
sasabihin ni Ray.
magtinda
Wala
dyan
kayo
ng
last
mga-
dito.
Hindi na video.
Would be now considered to be your public area. So what part should be commensurate to enhancement? Una, yung inyong leadership and management for safety. Pangalawa, yung inyong radiation protection and safety of radiation sources. Pangatlo is yung safety assessment of the facility. Okay? Marami pa eh. Sorry.
Wala ng time.
Next. Ang tanong. Okay? Kayo na ngayon ang tatanungin. Ito yung kadalasang tinatanong sa mga estudyante na kumuha ng radiologic technology courses. At saka yung mga kwan natin working. No? Unang tanong. Pagdating ng araw, magkakasakit ka sa trabaho mo bilang nag-x-ray. Di ba? Kahit sa inuman, ay, x-ray ka. Sigurado, ganito ka, sterile ka. Okay? Sigurado may cancer ka na. Di ba? Parang ganun, di ba usapan dyan? Yun yung concept. It is, okay? It's a reality. But, kung sasagutin natin ito, tayong sagot natin dito is that meron naman kaming ginagamit dyan na hindi siya mag-i-exceed. Okay? Kumbaga, meron tayong tinatawag na personal monitoring devices. So, please wear every now and then your personal monitoring devices. Because it would now say, masasagot mo ito kung wala yan. Uncertain at the same time. So, yung sagot mo dito, pag sinusunod mo ang radiation protection, that means that probabilistic yung pwedeng mangyari, hindi deterministic. Okay? Next, sabi nila, posible ka magkaroon ng abnormal na anak pag ikaw ay nag-x-ray. Okay? Maraming ganitong situation. This is considered to be an hereditary, indirect hereditary conditions biologically. Okay? Nasasabi, yes, pero paano mo maiwasan? Again, going back, dapat yung malaman nyo kung paano nyo evaluate at paano mo nilagay yung inyong mga safety devices. Okay? Sabi nila, posible ka magkaroon yan. It's just a repetition of that concept. Okay. Puntahan natin ngayon, kayo, yung occupational exposure nyo. Ito po ay aking observation. Okay? Huwag po magagalit sa aking observation. As you enter in the morning, dyan na po kayo, no? Ang una nyo pong dapat puntahan bago kayo magsimula ng trabaho ay dapat meron kayong isang cabinet na pupuntahan. Yung cabinet na ito, doon po nakalagay lahat yung inyong mga badges. So sa tingin ko, isa sa inyo may dala ngayon na hindi iniwan sa kanyang cabinet. True. Meron? Sino may dala ngayon?
May jack.
Secret? Ako may dala. Isa. Okay, I do have some pero So, as you enter in the morning, ganito po yun. Dapat po yung cabinets nyo ay saan located? It should be located in an area. Hindi po siya sa control. Hindi rin po siya sa supervise. Nakikita ko, nandun lamang sa movable barrier. Hindi po doon ang control. Kung badge. Okay, ganun din yung cabinet. That cabinet should be placed in an area which might be considered as a
Free from
public
radiation.
or an office. Doon po yun yung iiwan, yung mga badges na yan. Huwag pong dadalhin sa inuman. Okay? Kadalasan,
Wala.
meron pa rin yung badge, no?
Okay.
Iwan niyo po yun as you exit, enter and exit. So itong badge po ito, kailangan po yan. Saan nakalagay? Okay, somewhere within a portion that it's actually between the eye, the thyroid, the body itself. No? Yan yung pinaka-location yan. Pero, tignan natin, yung mga recommended. So, recommended daw, if you're not wearing any lead, the best would be, yan, sa mga kalalakihan. Sa kababaihan daw is there, malapit. Mga reproductive portion, lalo pagka-active sila. Okay? It would actually make measurement pag wala kang suot na mga apron. Okay? Pag ikaw may apron naman, ito naman yung location mo. Over the collar, okay? Over the collar, it could be under the torso for body exposures, at saka po pwede rin within that leg. Now, this would actually, yung kasig na kalabas after the apron, wala akong katotohanan niya kasi lalo pag interventional. Okay? Mataas ang dose niyan, pero sa totoo, ang absorb mo or occupational dose mo ay hindi ganun kataas because you're wearing protective devices such as, okay? So, kayo rin, kukunan namin ng dose reference level. On November 28, we are inviting a member, siguro facility, to join us with the FDA para doon sa forum tungkol dyan sa dose reference levels. Okay, now, nakita niyo ba yung mga result ninyo? Nakalagay doon, ano yung mga first natin? So kanina sinabi natin, 20 millisievert a year, but should not exceed 50 millisievert, pero 20 millisievert average in 5 years. Tingnan niyo yung result ninyo ng inyong mga batches. Una nakikita niyo doon, nakalagay MTL. Okay, that's minimum detectable level. Pag sinabi minimum detectable level, ibig sabihin, within that monitoring period, they are now assuming that you have good practices. At sa isang taon, hindi mo aabutin yung 20 or 50 millisievert a year. So matuwa ka na hindi siya aabot sa part na yun. Now, the second is yung tinatawag mong investigative level. So let's say, sa investigative level mo, yung first quarter mo ay lumalabas na mayroon ka ng 20.5, 20 ang kailangan mo, or 50, no? Pagka ganyan, they would now instigate investigation sa tao ito. Paano ba siya gumagawa ng kanyang practice as radiologic technologist? So, habang wala pa sa 20, pupuntahan ka na. At sino ang gagawa ng reporting? The Radiation Protection Officer. Okay? Kahit hindi ka mag-report, i-report yan sa amin ng TUV or PNRI na sasabihin, Sir, punta mo itong facility to dahil isa sa kanilang tao ay umabot na ng 12.5 millisievert ang average na year. Eh wala pang isang taon. Okay? So that becomes an investigative level natin. Now, mas lalo pa ito. Okay, action level na to. Okay, action level would say that within the period pa lamang, nakita ka agad na halos mapunta ka na sa, lagpas ka na sa annual, pero may leeway ka pa hanggang 50. Kaya lang, 3 buwan pa lamang, naka-41 ka na. Okay? 41 ka na kaagad, 41.67 millisievert. Then, that becomes now, ano yung AL? Apply for leave. Hindi yung apply for leave. That's action level, okay? O di kaya apply ka ng leave dyan after thorough investigation. Okay? Hindi porke iwan mo yan. Ang kadalasan ng punta namin investigation, naiiwan lang. Okay? Nakaligtaan lamang. Kasi halimbawa naman sabihin nyo, paano kung totoo? Anong ginagawa? Pag may ginagawa niyan, extract po kayo. Meron tayong tinatawag na NIA counters. They would check one of your possible cells if that exposure is really significantly absorbed by the person. Okay? Magiging kinipid kayo. Now, there are also errors. Kung yung report nyo nakalagay ratio errors or handling errors, ibig sabihin, nullified yung reading ngayon. So, balikan nyo ngayon bukas or sa Monday, tignan nyo yung mga actions na yan. And they should also be part of the safety assessment and activity. Okay? Commercial. Okay, ako po yan. Okay? So, anong kailangan talaga ninyo? Aprons. Huwag po yung scarecrow na aprons. Ano yung scarecrow aprons? Pag pinatayo mo, nakatayo rin siya. Stick na stick. Kasi sinabi nyo, 1.5 mm lead. Meron namang iba, lead equivalents. Now, the best apron that you could get from now is yung dalawa, yung tinatawag nilang blouse and skirt. Okay? Hindi yung buo. It's a blouse and skirt. Kasi kadalasan kahit interventionalist na mapagod dun dahil sa bigat. Pero pag gagawin mo blouse and skirt yan, yung weight ng pangbaba ay kaya na ng hips. Yung weight dito sa pagtaas ay kaya ng mga shoulders mo. So you could actually utilize 0.25 mm lead equivalents or 0.5 mm lead equivalents. Now, thyroid shield, significant to be considered part of your plan. Okay, may bago po ngayon. Hindi po yung shower cup. Yan po yung tinatawag nilang lead cup natin. Okay? Necessary. Lead cups. At may bago tayo ngayon. Dahil may mga bagong face shield na, pwede po yung full face shield. At kung kagaya nyo ako, gusto ko yung medyo, hindi po ito LED na LED eye goggles. Pwede po ito, mga klase ng mga for occupational exposure. Remember a while ago, hindi lang si pasyente iingatan natin with this new system, but pati kayo ay dapat ingatan na rin. Sige, lastly, may occupational pa. Sorry So, occupational exposure din. Okay, in your practice, tayo gumagamit ng C-arm and interventional. Makikita niyo po dito yung position, ang tamang position. Okay? Pag ang tube mo ay nasa taas at dito ang image receptor mo, ang natatanggap ng iyong mata is equivalent to about 2.2 nung 17 milligray per minute exposure. Pag nasa taas yung tube. Okay? Kung anong practice mo. Isipin mo ngayon kung nasa baba yung tube. Okay? Binaliktad mo lang with the same amount of tap. Ang matatanggap ng mata mo is different from the first one, which is 1.2 na lang. So, ibig sabihin, mas safe po pagka, let's say, CR, yung tube mo is coming directly sa ilalim, paakyat. Kahit galing sa taas, pababa. It's considered to be the best practice if you could now consider. Okay? Because there are certain, kagaya na, ang difference ng mata mo, pag nasa taas ang tube, 2.2, samantala dito, tube nasa baba, 1.2 na lamang. Okay? Now, at the same time, do not direct the tube naman towards you. Dapat ang direction mo, palayo rin, di ba? Ay, sinunod ko nga ako, nasa ilalim, pero papunta naman sa inyo. Okay, palayo. Dapat yan, yung part niya. For occupational exposure. Okay, medical exposure. Medical exposure natin, bibilisan, okay? Pagdating ng araw, magkakasakit ako dahil na x-ray ako. Okay, again, going back. Reasoning for benefit and risk. Okay, panigurado, bawag na ako. Kasi tinamaan ako ng x-ray. Ganun din. Okay? They actually tell this. Or, sasabihin, mutated na ang cellphone dahil sa radiation na yan. Yan yung mga terms when we talk about that medical exposure. But wait! As Wade mentioned a while ago, ito na po yung makakatulong sa atin. Okay? Let's say, in a general concept natin, ano yung dapat natin ngayon i-record? Now remember, i-require ni FDA yung radiographic technique chart. Agree? Bakit kayo nire-require pa eh? Meron na nga kaming automatic exposure control at saka meron naman kaming anatomical program radiography. Okay, nakaka-relate sila lahat. Hinahanap po namin yun kasi kung i-prove mo calibrated yung machine mo, then that's okay. Pangalawa, hindi po lahat ng merong APR at EAC ay calibrated sa Asian individual. Okay? Meron ko, pero pwede bang baguhin yan? Yes po. Okay, you can actually recalibrate yung mga tinatawag nating part of the APR. So, if you have a digital unit, i-record nyo lang yan. May record kayo dyan, no? Naman, in-expose mo siya. Limited, ha? Alam naman natin yung limitation. At least about 2 cm from the part of interest yung ating dose, ating collimator. Meron po siyang DAP. Okay? Hanapin nyo po, lalo pag CRMDR yan, meron po yung DAP. Isasabihin niya yung assumptive dose area product. Yun ang dapat mo nang i-record ngayon sa bawat images na, let's say, isi-save mo. Okay? Pwede mo ngayon yan. So, yun ang gusto namin tulong sa inyo. Let's say, nagpindot ka, chest, let's say, staining. Diba? May ganyan. Staining and so forth. Siya na lang bibigyan ng technical factor eh. I-record nyo lang po i-record lang nyo po na 15 minutes na lang ako for this lecture. Okay, sige. So, at the same time, providing what we call safety gadgets. At ito po yung pwede nyo maging reference for now. So the reference could be taken from the nearest area within the Philippines, Korea, Japan, and so forth. Doon naman nanggagaling yung makina natin. So you could actually get yung tinatawag niya. For now, ito yung mga dose reference levels niya. Okay? Pwede yung gamitin. Okay, how about pag CT scan na ako? Okay, si CT scan, alam niyo ba na mayroon din gamit yung CT scan yun, makikita niyo rin yan. So what is seen in the CT scan after a period of exposure? Hanapin niyo po ito. Manuals niyo, meron po yan nakatagay na CTDI. Okay, at saka 100 at saka CTDI weighted. Okay? With the following, nung may phantom kayo, di ba, water phantom, gamitin nyo. Because that would show your necessary exposure. Pero, gusto mong i-record ngayon yung dose area product. Ito po yan. Punta kayo sa dose report. At sasabihin nito, kung ilan yung natanggap ng pasyente sa binigay yung CT examination. Okay? It would provide you this CT examination. Okay, for CR naman, you just need to measure an 18 centimeter part of body, no? Pero, ito lang gusto kong sabihin sa inyo. Ang CR kasi, ay meron siyang tinatawag na mga field of view, or field, no? Just remember this, mas malaki yung field size na gagamitin nyo, mas malaki yung field size na gagamitin nyo over the smallest, mas mataas po ang dose ni pasyente habang lumiliit ang field size. Okay? Pero, ang drawback, okay? Mas mataas kay pasyente pag maliit. Pero, pag mas malaki yung field size naman, mas marami naman dose yung mga radiation workers. Okay? Yun yung drawback natin once using a CR. So you can meet in between. By how? Remember, meron din tayong mga safe operation. Never use continuous exposure. Punta ka sa pulse. Okay? Mag-pulse ka sa exposures mo para lang malimit mo din yung possibility of an exposure. And may DAP din siya. Remember that the DAP should not also exceed yung tinatawag nating mga doses from a normal mode to an auto mode into a high rate of mode natin. Hindi dapat mag-exceed sa part na yan. Okay? Again, lastly, customer satisfaction. At ito po ang panghuli kong slide. Pero, although we offer healthcare sa ating mga pasyente at saka good customer service,
Kulang.
ito po yung one yung gagawin. Okay?